Lance Hall here for the Metal Pit. Happy to welcome Chris Boltendahl, lead vocalist for Gravedigger, to the program today. How you doing, Chris?
I'm very fine. Thank you very much.
Here to talk about your new album, Bone Collector. It's coming out January 17th of 2025, RPM Records. Celebrating your 45th anniversary coming up here. Got to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, a long time we stay now in metal and at good times, bad times, but after 45 years we are very experienced and I think yes, we like to rock the crowd more than before.
Absolutely. I got to read you one comment I saw when I was researching for the album. Of course, I watched the video for Kingdom of Skulls. I got a couple questions on that, but I was looking at the comments underneath it, and I didn't write the gentleman's name down, but he commented, "The sun shines, the wind blows, and Gravedigger plays heavy metal."
That is bring it to one point, definitely. No, I think it's a very good description of our music uh, because we see us more or less as an entertainment band, not to bringing the big messages to the crowd, but to entertain them, and I think in live shows, I hope that they can feel the energy of the band, and the joy and fun we have on stage. And for us, it's very important to show that to the people. And I think this sentences are this is a very good description of our intention to make music.
Let's talk about that for a minute before we jump into the album. Touring, obviously you've been out on the road for 4.5 decades now. are,
Yeah.
obviously you're still as excited. Are you still as excited? Do you still get the chills when you walk out on stage now as when you did back in the beginning?
Yeah, I think at the beginning the first 20 years we drank a lot of alcohol and smoking weed, and live shows were more or less a journey through our, yeah, I don't know what. But
Yeah.
nowadays, I stopped drinking 24 years ago,
Hmm.
and nowadays, yeah, the music and the entertaining factor is much more the priority than in the first 20 years. And now I can enjoy live shows much more than I did a long time ago.
Hmm. Give us like a good and a bad as touring back then and touring now goes. What was something that was really good back then, but maybe not so good? And then vice versa today. What's something that's really good, but kind of, yeah, not so good?
I think the most important thing is in the past, you played a show and people enjoyed the show or not, but don't write anything in the internet. Nowadays, you are on stage, you make a mistake, sing the wrong lyric, you are 30 seconds later it's in the internet on YouTube. So
Very unforgiving audience, isn't it?
yeah, for sure. If you see the audience, half of the audience are filming, and I think when I grew up with heavy metal, in the beginning of the 80s, it was much more fun in the shows. You concentrate yourself to your idols. Nowadays, people try to recapture all or capture all the stuff they see through their smartphones in live shows,
Mhm.
I would never do that. I want to enjoy a show. That's the most important thing. And I take it back home in my mind and not on my smartphone.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I went to shows, long before cell phones came out, and I'll throw a show out to you because I'm very jealous of that you got to see this band. You saw Rainbow with Ronnie James Dio fronting them. I
Yeah,
was
for,
lucky enough to see Ronnie James Dio on the Sacred Heart tour back in 1985, which was an incredible stage show. But
for sure.
again, neither one of us had a phone in our pocket. We were there viewing it in the moment, watching the show.
Yeah, and my first show I saw in 76, it was Status Quo. That was my first show I ever saw. And I
Mm,
saw all bands. When my son, he's now 19, and when he asked me, "Hey, Dad, which concert you attend?" and when you were young, and I say, "Yeah, it's Rainbow, the Purple. I saw AC/DC with Bon Scott,
yeah.
and Paul Diano with Iron Maiden, and Kiss Unmask,
Mm,
and then he got big ears, and
mm.
I can tell him every nearly every moment from this shows I saw, and
Yeah.
all is uh, saved in my head and not on my smartphone.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
there's another one. I'm very jealous of you then, Chris. Iron Maiden with Paul Diano. Wow. Yeah, that's
yeah,
amazing.
it was great. I saw him also with Bruce, saw Iron Man with Bruce
Yeah.
Dickinson. I think I saw 15 times Judas Priest. That
Wow.
was more than
Oh. Let's talk about some Gravedigger.
yeah.
First album with no keyboards, I understand.
Yeah, we decided to reject them because we don't feel that this album needed any keyboards, and all effects are playing by guitars. And really, that is the first album in the Gravedigger history without any keyboard.
Hmm. Let's get into the album a little bit. I made some notes on a few of the tracks. Um, Bone Collector is the first track, and it's the obviously the title track as well. How did you come up with this as a title, and little insight into the creation of the song? Maybe it's a kick in the pants opener. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, and normally every time or nearly every time we have openers a little bit more speedy,
Hmm.
faster songs. And when I wrote down the chorus, it's I'm the bone collector, grave dictator, death protector, and don't fear the bone collector. And it's so much cliche. This means everything to about this album,
Hmm.
And I love this song because it's simple, it's catchy, it's a typical Gravedigger song with one of my favorite lyrics I ever wrote.
That's awesome. Um, Track two, the rich, the poor, and the dying. I found with the state of the world right now, these lyrics were very timely. And but yet the lyric that I liked out of this one was it goes, but we are the ones who will defy our fate, will rise and rebel. It's never too late. You got that little bit of rock and roll, heavy metal rebellion there, it took me back to when I was young. Yeah.
Yeah, on the other side, it's a little bit on social criticism,
Yeah. Yes.
because there are so many rich people in the world, and they have so much money that
Mm,
they can feed the rest of the poor people in the world.
yeah.
And when I'm living in Cologne here in Germany, and when I go to the city, I saw so many people, homeless people, or when we are on tour in Sao Paulo or other big cities, there are so many homeless people. And if you notice it, I make a quote in this song from a Dire Straits lyric, money for nothing and death for free. And the
Okay.
original one is money for nothing and chicks for free.
Right.
And I use this in the chorus, money for nothing and death for free. Because when you are dead, everybody is the same with
Mm,
money and without money. So I think what is this one is of my favorite songs also.
yeah. Let's jump into that lyric because I picked up on one in track eight, Made of Madness, where I picked up on a lyric that kings and beggars, we all die the same.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
more or less the continue the epilogue for the rich and poor the dying. On the
Yeah.
other side, Made of Madness is where when I grow up, to be a musician you must be mad because to follow your dreams, it's sometimes so hard. When I was young, I listened to my idols, and I want to be all the time. I want to be like Rob Halford or Ozzy Osbourne, and we did all the weird things to reach this target. And
Hmm.
at the end, we are all made of madness. And nowadays, yeah, when people ask me what you're doing, yeah, I'm a heavy metal singer. Then they show me what? Yeah, I'm a heavy metal singer since 45 years. What? Yeah, I'm a heavy metal singer. I'm fucking mad. So that is a little bit of that made of madness.
Yeah. What was this? Was there ever a plan B for you outside of Gravedigger, or was it metal or die?
Yeah, I can't live with metal, and I won't decide when my career is over, you know.
Hmm.
And perhaps somebody else, some upper force, will decide it before and put me into a coffin. But until I'm alive, I want to close a chapter by myself, you know.
Yeah.
And now I have so many plans for the future. Also, with Gravedigger, I think we have another 10, 15 years, and I hope that everybody will stay healthy and that we will have a good time until then, you know.
Yeah. There go my dogs.
The door.
They're gonna calm down now, hopefully. Um, somebody came to my door, or actually it was my son leaving to go pick up my wife. Do you remember the moment in life where it sort of came to you, this is what I want to do with, you know, be a metal vocalist, sing in a metal band? You know, did you realize it young? Were you in your teens? You know, do you remember the moment where it came to, this is what I'm born to do?
It is like it was yesterday, you know, because when I was 12 years old, my parents sent me to a college, yeah, and I was away from home,
Mm,
and then there was a Deep Purple cover band, and I stayed with them in a rehearsal. We have a big auditorium there in the school, and they made a rehearsal there on stage. And it was really brilliant, you know. And
mm,
from this time on, I decided I want to be a fucking rock star. That was crazy. I think it was yesterday, you know, but
wow.
it's so long ago.
Hmm. Hmm. It's funny when you think about that, you know, you talk about 45 years, and I guess, you know, I'm close to your age. I think you're a little bit older than me, but when you think about thinking back that far and you can remember back 45, 50 years, and like you say, it's like it yesterday, but it's like a long time ago. It's quite a head trip at times, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Last month, I was in my hometown with a journalist from the German metal magazine Metal Hammer,
Mm,
and we made a home story together with my father. My father is 96.
wow.
Yes, and then I made a journey back to my own roots, and we were at the place where we founded Gravedigger. I met people from this time. I never saw the last 30 years. And I visited places where we had a lot of fun and a lot of meetings, and also the rehearsal room where Gravedigger was founded, you know. And
Wow.
that was like yeah, like a time machine back to the 80s, and that was really really emotional, you know.
Mm-hmm. Because you remember what it was like back then, but it also gives you perspective to where you are now. You know, that's what I find when I visit places like that from my past. You know, it helps to give you perspective on everything, and you think, "Holy shit, did this all really happen?" You know, did that go through your mind at all?
Yeah, and when I talked to the people, which I didn't saw such a long time, they said, "Oh, you reached your goal. You are now a heavy metal star." And I said to the people, "Hey, I'm the same like when I left here, you know."
Yeah,
And the only thing is, I travel around the world and screaming my ass off for people in the audience. And but at the end, I'm the same guy, you know,
yeah.
only 45 years older.
Oh, let's jump back into the album here. God, this is really good. I'm loving these stories that you're getting. Uh, Mirror of Hate. What a killer opening riff on that song. I love the title. I love the outro. Can you tell me a little bit about Mirror of Hate?
Yeah, we have a, I don't know, there is a band from, I think it was in the 90s, that from Los Angeles called World War III. You remember
Okay.
them?
Yep, yep.
And the singer was Mandy Lyon, a German guy who made his trip to Los Angeles and living there. And Mandy Lyon, he looks a little bit like the Undertaker, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a song called "Love Me Till Death." And this is, if you listen to this song, you will see that we took this song for us as a quote and a little bit like how can I tell this in English? Mm, like yeah, we not a copy, but
Right.
it was a bit inspiration for us, you know.
Okay.
And, you listen to the song, you will see the inspiration. You will listen to this inspiration.
Excellent. Excellent. Graveyard Kings, track 9, just blew me away. Lyric in here that I liked was the dawn breaks the spell, lost souls bid farewell, and the whispers of the wind, their legacy will never rescind. Love that lyric. Um,
I love that lyric too, and this was the first song we wrote for the new album.
really?
And I thought, yeah, this is a killer track. I think this is one of the best on this album. And then we wrote and wrote and wrote, and I saw, oh wow, this is the best. No, this is the best. And that's the end. We had 12 songs, 11 songs, which have really high quality, I think.
Yeah.
And the Graveyard King is so ironic, yeah. The people jumping on the graveyard think they were the biggest motherfucker on earth, and they are the kings of the graveyard, you know, and
Yeah.
dancing on the graves and everything. That is something like a following up for the Grave Dancer, you know,
Mm-hmm.
from Out of Darkness album, which we released in '95.
Okay. Last track, Whispers of the Damned. That was my favorite track on the album was Whispers of the Damned. Uh just killed it. You know, like you said, you got 11 tracks on here from start to finish. I didn't hear a filler track in here. This was like,
No,
you know
exactly.
the expression all killer, no filler. Um, but this track was my favorite. You know, a little bit more slower pace, deliberate. Really like this track.
Yes,
Can
the
you?
lyric about that is it's really hard because it was it's a song about the commander of the concentration camp Auschwitz, and
Mm,
he lives beside the concentration camp, and he used it like a 9 to 5 job, killing people, yeah,
mm,
sending to the gas chambers and making that to a day job, and then going back and playing with his kids and reading nice stories to them and have sex with his wife, and you know, and on the other side of the wall there was screaming and dying, and 2 million people died or something like that.
yeah.
And at the end, it's something like the banality of evil. That is the second title of this track, you know.
Mm,
And I think you can't understand that in your normal mind what happened to this family or to this guy living beside a concentration camp to live a 9 to 5 day job and the normal family life, and then going at 9 o'clock to the job and killing people. That is
mm.
really weird.
Yeah, that's heavy. Very, very heavy. You know, and of course, trying to word this right. Being here in the States, you know, we don't I don't really know where I want to go. Um, that whole concept is just hard to conceive being over here, whereas it's in Germany, it's a part of the history, you know.
Yeah.
Um, you know, but very important not to forget. You know, you want to forget, but it's important not to at the same time. You know, am I wording that right?
Yeah, and when we were in school, we did all this excursions to this concentration camps,
Mm,
and because it's part of our history, you know.
mm-hmm,
We are not feeling guilty for that, yeah. But all the shit what happens with the Second World War
mm,
and all the Holocaust is part of our own history, and you
yeah,
have to deal with that, and you have to learn about that. And on the other side, sorry, I see so many fucking Nazis now here again in
mm,
Germany who are denying all this shit, and you know,
yeah,
and we have to fight against them because nobody will that something like that happen again, you know. So
yeah. That's got to be scary. That's got to be real
yeah,
scary.
yeah, for sure.
Mm. Is there a track on the album you're looking forward to most playing live? You can't wait
Yeah,
to
I
hit the
think we will.
stage.
Yes, I think we will play the singles live. One of my favorite tracks is "The Devil's Serenade"
Mm,
because I see that a little bit like a rock and roll, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses meets Gravedigger song. and for us, it's some kind of tribute to the stadium rock acts, you know.
Mm.
And David Serenade is such a outstanding track on this album, but at the end, it fits very well to the rest of the song. So, but it's different, and that is something I like to put a different song, but you can't recognize that it's so different like we feel.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that because my note on that song was I heard a tiny bit of Eddie Van Halen in the solo, in the guitar solo.
Yeah, for sure. We like to follow a bit like the Beat It song. We
Yeah.
had to a very short and but a very impressive solo. So
Hmm.
I think that Toby reached that goal, and yeah, it's a very short one, but it's a typical Eddie Van Halen style, you
Yeah,
know.
little Van Halen lick in there. So tell us who's in the band along with you. I don't trust myself pronouncing some of these names. So.
Uh, oh, it's Mr. Jens Becker, the ex-Running Wild bass player. He's now staying with me 27 years.
Hmm.
And Marcus, the drummer, he is now since he joined us as a drum technician in 2008. Then he moved to the job as a keyboarder, and then when Stefan Arnold left the band, he was a drummer. So he's in the band since 2008, and Toby, the guitar player, is since 23 now with the band. He made together with me the Chris Boltendahl Steelhammer album. And when Axel Ritt left the band, I decided to take him as a new guitar player, which I'm very happy because he's a totally old school guy.
Yeah, definitely. Very cool. How about the album cover? Love the album cover. Who concept and who designed that for you?
Yeah, we got a big shitstorm because we using AI for that also as a tool.
Mm.
And the basic is AI, and the rest of the album was made by Wanderlei Perner. He's a guy from Brazil. He's also doing the layouts for the last three records. And what we got was a little bit like a shitstorm. How you can use AI? It's not artist, blah blah blah. And yeah, on the other side, I think it's fantastic artwork. Uh, and I make 600 covers here on my computer. And
Mm.
this was the only one which I said, wow, this is really cool. And I think people are not used that artists use AI for that. But I know so many cover artists which use AI as a tool, you know,
Yeah.
not completely, but as a help to in their work. So I think in 1 year nobody will complain about that. But now it's fresh and new, and everybody says, "Oh, you can't do that. That shit." Blah blah blah. On the other side, the day I was at my manufacturing for the merchandise company, and I saw also the cover shirt, and it's brilliant.
Mm. And you can do pre-orders now at Reigning Phoenix Music, ReigningPhoenixMusic.com. You got shirts and bundles and vinyl and all kinds of stuff. And check out your website as well. It's www.grave-digger.de.
Yes.
45th anniversary tour starts in January. You've got a date, December 28th. It's to Dynamite Night, correct? Can you tell us what that
Yeah,
entails?
that is fresh in the house. And we're making the late night show there. And after Ronnie Atkins played, and yes, we are looking forward to them. And the 16th of January, we start a tour here in Germany. And yeah, we have so many shows next year. I think at the end, I think when every show is in the books, we play around 45, 50 shows.
Nice. You're going to hit some big festivals as well?
Yeah, we play Wacken again next year. And we will celebrate there the 45th anniversary of the band with a special show with a special guest. Yes, and let's see.
Hmm. Excellent. Excellent. Um, got to be looking forward. How hard is it to sit on this album now, waiting for it to come out? Doing interviews, you're hearing people talking about it. You got to wait until January 17th to release it. How hard is that? Don't you want to just say, I want to get it out now?
Yeah, but I have so many things to do in the moment because I'm doing all by myself. I'm doing the management. and planning the tour that I have not so many time to think about that. But I will be happy if it will be out and people can listen to it. And I hope the people will be surprised and happy that Gravedigger is still on the scene, you know.
Yeah, excellent. Chris, I always like to end with some silly questions. Questions I hope that you have not been asked before. But before we do that, was there any questions I didn't ask you about the album or the band or anything that something you wanted to address?
All fine, my friend.
All right.
Please
Uh,
send me your silly questions.
what is your go-to horror movie?
I hate horror movies. I
Really?
yes, I'm such a scary guy, and I can't see any splatter. What the maximum I can see is some kind of thriller, you
Okay.
know. Thriller movies I love, but horror movies or splatter movies I hate.
All right. What's your go-to thriller movie then?
Yeah, I think my favorite one is let me think. I love all the movies with Dirty Harry, Clint
Okay.
Eastwood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's is, something I really love. Although I'm an old school guy, you know, and I love Clint Eastwood.
Sure. Hey, you can't go wrong with Clint. I always love to ask people from Germany this question: what's the fastest speed you've ever been in a car?
Oh, I think with a friend it was 222 or 225.
Wow. What kind of car were you in?
It was a BMW,
Wow.
but I was really scared. I'm a fucking 130 kilometers driver. I think it's around 90 or 100 miles per hour. That's enough for me.
uh, you mentioned the Undertaker earlier. Is a favorite old school wrestler?
I love this guy, and I love his all the attitude. And when he came on stage and he appeared there and with the music and this outfit, I love this guy.
Mm, very cool. If you could place a song from Bone Collector in a television show, what TV show would you pick?
The Devil's Serenade,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Because I
Give.
think it's commercial and it's the best melody song on this album. The video will be appear next week, and it is so funny. I think we will after this video we will never play again in the States.
Mm,
Look to the video and you will understand that.
okay. Do you have a television show you'd like to place that song in? A favorite television show
Uh,
you'd place it in?
oh, I'm not so deep in television shows here in Germany,
Okay.
but I would prefer that there's an American format called Saturday Night Live.
Okay. Yeah.
I love that. I love to play that song there.
I'd love to see you guys go on SNL. That'd be awesome. Um, given your choice of household chores, dishes or the laundry?
Sorry?
Given your choice of household chores, would you rather do dishes or the laundry?
Dishes.
Okay. Favorite toy growing
Laundry,
up as
laundry, I'm not allowed to do.
okay. Favorite toy growing up as a child?
Favorite tour?
Toy.
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 It was a Carrera racing Bahn. I don't know what is this word in English. It's called the small cars, like
Okay.
Formula One, you know.
Sure. Sure. Let's see. What do you consider to be like your worst habit or vice?
My worst habit is farting.
Okay. My wife would echo that sentiment with me. What is a day off from music like for you? You know, where you're not going to do something related to music. What do you do to
Oh, playing golf.
you play golf? Okay.
Yes,
You scratch golfer?
I love to be on the course because
Yeah.
I have a handicap from 8.5, so I play golf now then since 23 years.
Nice. Last one, and this is the one we have the most fun with, Chris. If they were to make a biopic of your life, a bio movie of your life, what actor would you pick to play you? And it's your movie, your life. You can pick anybody.
Mark Wahlberg.
Really?
Yes, I think he made a very good job on this music movie he made.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Right.
I think Mark
Oh,
Wahlberg should be.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. He did very, very well in that movie. I'm trying to think of the movie. It's right on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of it. But yeah,
Yeah, I know, you know what I mean.
I know the movie you're talking about. Yeah, Steel Dragon was the band.
Yes, and as a singer was this
Rockstar,
from
wasn't it? Wasn't that the
Croatia.
name of the movie? Rockstar.
Yeah, Rockstar.
Yeah.
And the voice, the singing voice was this guy from Croatia, from
Yeah, Steelheart.
Steelheart, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Oh, I'm trying to remember his name. It's like Michael something or other. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got a long last name.
Mitka or something, huh?
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
good. All right. Excellent. Chris, I appreciate your time this evening. I know it's getting pretty late over there in Germany, so I thank you for taking the time to answer all the questions. Can't wait for to see what everybody else thinks this album. I think this album's a killer album. We've been
Thank you very
talking to
much.
Chris Boltendahl about Gravedigger, their new album Bone Collector, coming out January 17th, 2025, 11 tracks. You can go to the website, get into the pre-orders, the vinyls, the CDs, the shirts, and everything. Chris, once you start that tour, may all your shows be sold out and all your travels be safe.
Thank you very much, my friend. Have a nice Christmas time, all right?
You as well. Take care, and I appreciate your time once again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.